Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's look is this winged eyeliner with a pop of colour. So to start with, I'm going to be using J Manuel Beauty cream eyeliner in latex, which is black. The formulation of this cream liner is absolutely beautiful. It just glides over the eye and it's really pigmented and it lasts all day without any flaking. So the brush I'm using for my winged eyeliner is a paintbrush, and this is from Hobbycraft. I like to flatten the bristles with the gel liner on, and then I can get a really crisp, clean line close to the lashes without making too much of a thick line to begin with. Now, to create the right angle for this winged liner, you want to imagine that the curve of your lower lash line continues up towards the tail of your brow. Just envision that imaginary line and just follow that with your brush. And that's going to be an ideal angle for your winged liner. Placing the tip of my brush at the end of the flick, I'm going to pull the colour back on myself to thicken the line. You can see by the formulation of this cream liner, it just glides onto the skin effortlessly. Then I'm going to blink onto the belly of the brush and tight line the eye just to get rid of any pinky tones. So last week I went to dinner with Makeup Forever and Charli XCX to celebrate the launch of these pencils, which are the Aqua XL line. And these are what I'm going to use for the pop of colour. The first one I'm going to be using is this purple, which is the brightest purple out of the three in the range. And I'm going to be placing that along the waterline. These pencils are waterproof, but to get them on the actual waterline of the eye, you need to apply them a couple of times to really build up the intensity of colour. On the rest of the skin, they glide on perfectly. Just on the waterline, you just need to build up that colour. The next one I'm taking is this pastel lilac shade, and I'm running that directly underneath the lower lashes. And I'm also going to be tracing the wing. Now you do want to pull this colour down quite a bit, but don't worry too much because we're going to be layering these pencils. Before the liner sets in place, you want to go in with a smudger brush and make sure that you blend the seams of it. Going back to the brighter purple, we're going to be layering this underneath the lower lashes, along the tear duct area, and then using that smudger brush to pour the colour down into that lilac shade. And then you want to continue working your way along the lower lash line. I like to do this in small sections because the pencil does set very quickly. You want to be able to blend it, so do a small amount and then go in with your brush. What's great about this Aqua XL line is that you don't have to go in and set them with an eyeshadow. They honestly will not budge, and they're such a strong pigment that you don't need to go over it with an eyeshadow to really get that intensity. They're strong enough on their own. You can see here by lining along the wing with the darker shade, we're getting a more diffused appearance to that winged liner, but on the reverse. So like having a smoky wing, but a reversed smoky wing. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it is about layering, so we're going back in with that lilac shade and we're pulling that a little bit lower down the eye. And again, going back in with our smudger brush and blending the seams. As they are quite a soft formulation, it's a very quick process. Lastly, you want to go back in with your darkest purple and again layer over the same area that we've applied it and start pulling the colour down. It's at this stage you'll start to notice you get that beautiful gradient from deeper purple to a nice light lilac shade. If you wanted more of an intense smoky eye, you could go in with the black from the Aqua XL range and run that along the waterline. You then want to go in and apply mascara to your top lashes only. We're not applying any to the bottom. And then I'm going in with these false lashes by Velour. These ones are called Complete Me. To add some warmth to the face, I'm using this Makeup Forever Pro Fusion bronzer. And I'm applying this just to the areas that the sun would hit, so around the hairline, across the tops of the cheeks and a little bit on the nose. For blush, I'm using this Urban Decay Afterglow 8-Hour Blush in the colour Rapture. This is described as a deep mauve with a hint of shimmer to it, and I'm applying this to the back half of the cheeks. I'm going to show you 3 alternative lips, all very different. This is the nude. Everything that we've got on the eyes is quite matte, so we're going to go with a nice shimmer to the lips. This one is by MAC and it's called Oyster Girl. If you want to stick with the nude spectrum, you could opt for a matte finish nude lipstick. I just feel this adds a certain amount of freshness to the face. To brighten up this look, I'm going to be using this matte finish lipstick by Urban Decay, and this one is called Bittersweet. To give it a slight ombre effect, much like the eyes, I'm using the lilac pencil just in the centre of the lips. This is a great way to complement the purple in the eyes, and it's ideal for those of you that like a nice bright lip. The last colour option is for those of you that are more alternative. I'm taking this Hydra matte lip by Gerard Cosmetics in Gravity. It's a cool toned liquid lipstick, and much like the eyes, this is not going to budge. And then over that I'm applying Moombeam eyeshadow by Sigma, and this is an iridescent purple shade. Now, as I mentioned, this is definitely more for the alternative lipstick wearers. It's a great way to pair your eye makeup with your lips, and this is a look you could definitely rock at a festival. Hey everyone, so I hope you enjoyed my really simple makeup tutorial with just a pop of colour. Last Thursday I went to a dinner with Makeup Forever and Charli XCX to celebrate the launch of the new Aqua XL line. So you briefly saw in the tutorial this beautiful box of Makeup Forever pencils. So you could change up the pop of colour to any of those shades that are in the Aqua XL line. As I've already done a blue look last week and a green look the week before, I thought I would use purple as my pop of colour for today's tutorial. You can see there's no eyeshadow used in this look, it's really simple. The pencils are so pigmented that they're strong enough to use on their own and you don't need to set them in place because they're waterproof. And they're completely smudge proof, so they're not going to go anywhere, they don't come off on your fingers or transfer anywhere. As usual, I've given you a couple of alternative lip options, the two dark shades and then a nude lip, which is obviously my favourite. The foundation that I'm wearing is a mix of the L'Oreal Truematch with a drop of my Cover FX cover drops. The reason I used a little drop of this in it is just so that it gave me a little bit extra coverage. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already done so, it's free, so why not? If you missed my previous tutorials, I'll put them on screen now and you can click on those. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!